live with this gentleman here. This is a familiar place.
Hey, what's
All right,
up,
Kate,
everybody?
let's explain what we're doing here.
So what's going on is we're going to be holding Sergeant Douglas accountable today because he wanted to be rude uh, to one of his bosses. So, and I received a complaint, so we're gonna go handle him accordingly.
Yeah,
Let's see if he shows up out of his little dungeon.
yeah, that's if he gets up. Now, you guys remember Sergeant Cover Up Douglas? That's what he is, Mr. Cover Up. What's up, Matthew? Nice to have you in here. Just obey. That's right, Mike Stevens. That's why I got my obey hat on today. He's gonna obey today. He's gonna take an ass whipping today. Well, not literally. You guys know what I'm saying. But it's gonna be a little choppy in here. But if it ends up,
You're gonna get a tongue lash.
yeah, tongue lashing. If it ends up being a little choppy, just stay in the chat. I'll get to a position where we'll be all right. But oh, it's officer complaint day today. I love days like this. It's a perfect day for this.
It surely is. It surely
What's
is.
up, UB? Yeah, it was 70 yesterday. Today
Ice weather
snowing.
yesterday. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
This is you should be used to this from the East Coast, K-Dot. Come on, man. This is short weather on the East Coast, man.
But I'm a summer baby. So.
Yeah, I'm in the middle, man. I don't like it too hot and I don't like it too cold. I'm a picky one.
So
But
70, 65-ish.
70, yeah,
I'm
70,
cool with that
65.
too. I'm cool
You know,
with that.
75 as long as there's cloud cover, you know, a little bit of cloud cover. All right, guys, we're gonna head on in here. Yeah, good to see you guys. This is gonna be good, guys. I'm guessing if he doesn't hide behind the desk. But let's see here. ¿Qué pasó, Noel? Mike Stevens, thank you for being in here. It's gonna be fun. Oh, they got the door open there. Can't believe that. I'm watching you guys here. Hit that like button, guys. That'll help more people get in here. What's up, Johnny Bravo?
Could you grab Sergeant Douglas, please? He's not here.
Mile High, what's up?
When will he be available? Huh? So how do you know that he's not? Can you go find out? Can you go find out? I'm not taking your word for it. Somebody go find out where the fuck he's at. I'm not gonna ask again. We'll say that. We'll say that, sir. Don't be an ass, okay? Don't be an ass. If I ask for something, I don't give a shit if you gotta get your ass. Excuse me, not done. I don't care if you gotta get your ass up and get him your goddamn self. When I ask a question where the hell Sergeant Douglas is at, I wanna know where the hell he's at. He's not here because he's doing training, right? That's all you had to say. Right? No, yeah, but you weren't even finna get your ass up and check the damn thing, now were you? You just gonna sit your lazy ass here and not and just sit here and not find out the information that I need to know, right?
Sir,
All right, well, thanks.
sir, it was my fault because you just got here, so you didn't know Sergeant Douglas.
I understand that, but his attitude, I don't like it.
I'm sorry.
Are you his supervisor?
No, I just work.
Well, somebody needs to fix his goddamn attitude.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can I do something for you?
I don't know what the hell you think you better learn. You knew. You better find out.
Guy right here
She'll
thinks
tell you.
he's not
I need to know
accountable
where
to the
Sergeant,
public like everybody
Douglas
else.
is at.
I don't know which building he's in. He's in a training for the rest of the day. So
Okay.
he won't be back today.
I got a complaint by a citizen that he was incredibly rude,
Okay.
and I'm here to hold his ass accountable yet again.
So yeah. I
Kelly,
don't know
see,
if
I've been
he's
over
back
this
for the rest of the
before.
day. I don't know if he's in tomorrow,
We
but
get nothing done here.
back for the rest of the day.
No problem.
And
Can I get
evidenced by this
3
rude
complaint forms?
employee over here.
Thank you.
Actually, that's not true, Kelly. See, I actually will talk to you guys about that in just a minute. I know people are really
I appreciate it.
with
Thank you,
with the
man.
way that each of
Always
us
great
handle.
seeing you.
Good to see you.
He needs an attitude adjustment very
I'm
quickly.
sorry that
Yeah.
happened. You just didn't know. I
Okay.
apologize.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. This is really interesting. We need to talk about this when we get. Oh yeah, sure.
Sergeant Doug.
Okay. Give me a 1 if we're back, y'all. I'll make sure we're back first before we discuss this because this is an important thing for both of our channels going forward so people understand where we're coming from. And I'm in full support of KDOT. Let's just put it that way. Uh, are we back, guys? Give me a 1 if we're back, please. We're just on the outside. Okay, we're back. This is important because I've had it come up several times on my channel. MLH, you get results. KDOT a lot of times doesn't get results. Yada yada yada. It's absolutely not true. And
You better ask him. You seen old lady there? She already knows.
Okay,
how
so
we operate.
this is the thing. Okay, we've dealt with this particular police department over and over and over again, and it becomes a problem when you don't get what you ask for. KDOT was very respectful at first. He's always respectful. I will vouch for KDOT 100% of the time when it comes to things of this nature. He doesn't go in there hot unless there's something very specific that we need to go in there hot with. Now, just now, I was listening. I don't know if you guys heard it because I had to stand back because if I go any closer, you guys couldn't hear it. But KDOT was simply asking where Sergeant Douglas was, and the guy was very dismissive. His demeanor and his attitude is what caused KDOT to do exactly what he should have and put his ass in check. Now, the rhetoric is sometimes what people have a hard time with, the F words, the F bombs. KDOT and I have already talked about this, and I'm in agreement with KDOT, right? I think that if you don't make your voice heard, it makes them think that you're weak. So when you go in there and you get attitude and you start pushing back a little bit, oh well, these officers, these people have heard it all before. And a good example was the lady that was just there and said the same exact thing as KDOT did.
Can you
that
repeat
this guy,
what she said?
she said this guy, he does need an attitude adjustment because he does. The way that he treats people and the way that Sergeant Douglas has treated people in there a myriad of times, up to and including why we're here today to fill out this paperwork that KDOT has in his hands, is because of bullshit like that we've dealt with time in and time again. It gets really, really frustrating when you try to get information, simple information like where's Sergeant Douglas, and he completely dismissed KDOT right at the beginning. He's not here. Okay, well, where is he at? I don't know. Well, why don't you fucking find out? You know?
Well, how do you know he's not here if you just got here?
I just got here.
That doesn't make any sense.
So you just got here and you automatically know that Sergeant Douglas isn't here?
Because he's not at his desk.
Oh, he's not at his desk. Okay, well, why don't you find out where the fuck he is so that way we can get the information that we need. We're specifically here because he treated another citizen. So now this is 3 citizens in a row. KDOT's one of KDOT's family, this lady that was in there, and KDOT and myself. So that's 4 people that have been mistreated by that desk. So there's no issues with the way that KDOT handled things at all. So I just want to make that very clear. Like I would have been just as frustrated, and I would have handled it the same exact way. The only reason that I wasn't in front there was because I was doing a live and he was doing static. That's it. Otherwise, it would have been me saying the same exact things as KDOT. So I needed to clarify that for you guys because sometimes things get misconstrued and people think ridiculous. You should file a complaint against his ass.
His last name is Mercado. He's an asshole.
Oh, so he gave you an answer?
Mercado. Yeah.
He's new, so I had to let that lady right there, one here, know. I'm sorry. I'm a civil rights activist.
Oh, hi.
So I'm in here all the time.
Okay.
So because I refuse to have my life.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
A citizen came to me, complained to me about Sergeant Douglas, who was supposed to, I guess he's the head of the front desk or whatever. And so what happened was,
Yes, Harrison.
as civil rights
Welcome.
activist, I'm gonna stand in for my citizen, or a fellow citizen. So I came up here to make a complaint. That's why I got the complaint form. So what did he get upset with you? What was he just short?
Well, I was just really basically asking him like how to, I have property that I need to pick up from an incident that
I'm
happened.
gonna go this way. She's talking about some personal stuff, so.
On a person, somebody property was stolen in my house. So, I was and my car, I was saying, hold please. Hi, what's the phone number that was associated? Okay, hold please. So it was never like a solution, and every time I tried. And then I'm like, well, just tell me where to go. Oh, please hold. So then I went to where.
I've tried the nice approach several times, and I'm gonna give you guys another example of that in just a minute. I'll step outside here and tell you guys. Let me turn the camera around here. Okay, so the nice approach only works so much. You know, sometimes you can get stuff done that way. I'm capable of doing both. You guys have seen me on this channel several times do both. But in this circumstance, you know, you got to be able to just take the rhetoric. Sometimes, you know, being aggressive and assertive is the right way. So. Steve, welcome to the channel. Nice to have you here. And everybody else that I missed, hopefully the mods gave you a warm welcome. You get tired of it after a while. I've been putting in request after request. I know I haven't had. You know why I haven't had any updates on the requests that I put in? Because every single one has been denied. So, for what? For varying stupid reasons that make no sense whatsoever. You know, either, oh, that's a CCJRA request. Since when is it not a CORA request, right? When it comes to police, they're going to hide behind CCJRA, you know, the Colorado Criminal Justice Act, where all their records are now under CCJRA. And this goes for Lakewood, Aurora, Denver, all of the above, whereas before I used to be able to get a CORA request free and clear. Now I got to pay $33 an hour, which in the statute it says $30 an hour for, you know, to get body cams and stuff of that nature. One of the requests that I put in, guys, they charged me 3 hours. The first hour being free. So KDOT paid $66 for very few redactions. The only thing that they're supposed to redact is personal information like social security numbers and addresses and things of that nature, right? Okay, they redacted those things and charged us 3 hours of quote unquote city time to research and find all these files, which it's a matter of putting in the name of the person that you want the file into a computer. You see it, you look over the file. If you're a lawyer, it takes you every bit of like 2 seconds to notice, oh, there's an address, oh, there's a signature, and there's a social security number. Tell me that takes 3 hours. 3 hours to redact very simple things. Everything else, and to boot, guys, you want to know why I'm pissed off at the Aurora Police Department? Because you guys remember I had a panel where we got Sergeant Douglas's information and they gave us his evaluations, which are completely insane, and I'll have to go over that with you guys. I did minutely on that panel. I went over a few things, but there are so many things inside those reviews that it's crazy. It's crazy. There's a reason why they call him Cover Up Douglas, and he's behind a desk here in Aurora, right? So, anyways, I get an email from the chief saying that they gave us those records in error, that we should have never have had Sergeant Douglas's evaluations. Why? You tell me why. It was an excellent evaluation. They should have been proud, right? These guys should have been raving to the rooftops of how great their officers are, right? And I got the redacted ones for that other piece of shit, Sergeant Cook, in here. And Sergeant Cook's review also said excellent review, although they redacted everything in the review. Why is it redacted? I've got very good reason why it's redacted. And I'm still fighting. And eventually, I'm thinking that this bullshit is going to go to court because they're being obstinate. They're hiding stuff in people's reviews, and all of this started because Sergeant Douglas was the biggest piece of shit and mistreated me, mistreated KDOT, and he continues to mistreat the citizens of Aurora. But that's what KDOT and I are here to do. We're here to hold them accountable for all the bullshit that they do behind the glass there. And we're gonna keep fighting for those records, trust me. All right, we're going back in. Oh yeah, Steve Harloa. I got a treasure trove. I have an absolute treasure trove of stuff, but have them fill it out next time too, because I've seen it. Well, they can't read people's writing. Oh, Johnny Bravo, I got complimented. Speaking of that, when I go put in requests, I usually go put it into the city clerk's office, which is that building right there, and it's for a very specific reason, because they know for a fact my handwriting is perfect. I've even had them say, oh wow, your handwriting is really, really legible. Because you're right, that's another thing that they like to say, oh, your handwriting we couldn't read it, we couldn't do this, we couldn't do that. Every fucking excuse in the book to not give you the information that you paid for as a taxpayer. So yeah, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of moving parts. There's reasons why we're upset. It's not just going in here and just causing an issue just to cause an issue, just to let everybody know. UB, right on for the 5. Appreciate you, bro. Really appreciate that. $100 for a simple request too. Said it would take 3 to 4 hours. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. And you got to fight that, Johnny. You got to fight that shit, man. I'm telling you. You gotta fight it tooth and nail, up to and including taking it to court. Because if you look at the CRSs here in Colorado, the statutes, they very specifically in the statute says that the only things that are supposed to be redacted are personal information like social security numbers, signatures, which I understand the signature thing because you don't want somebody forging a signature. And so it's and social security numbers. Those 3 things are supposed to be redacted. Everything else is supposed to be for public consumption. And when I asked the chief about it, because KDOT and I met with the chief of police, he said, well, there must have been some personal information in there. I was like, you mean to tell me that the whole record, the whole thing was redacted? Every bit of that information was personal? Get the fuck right on. And this is exactly what I told him. Get the fuck right on out of here, chief. I was like, I know better and you know better. And he acquiesced. He's like, okay, well, send it to me. I'll look at it, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, you know what? Why don't you talk to your legal department? Because I know because he even mentioned the legal department. The legal department was the one that was the problem. Let me go back in here with KDOT. The legal department was the one that's the problem. What's up, KDOT?
Yeah, she was telling me that kind of going through some stuff. Her baby father's keeping her son away from her.
Oh, I got you. So it's like a personal kind of
domestic situation.
Yeah.
So, praying for it.
Well, that's why I didn't want to
I'm gonna try to call Candace
and get that taken care of.
Court's advocate.
Yeah.
So I'll see if I can help.
Yeah. Are we still filling it out here, or can we go in the car and fill it
Yeah, we
out?
can. Yeah,
All right. Because we've got a lot to talk about, man. We're gonna go in the car here, guys. Might be a little shorter. Douglas isn't here, and I wish his ass was here because he would have been lit up by both KDOT and probably myself too. There's a reason why he's called Cover Up Douglas, because that's what he does. And that's something, you know what, I need to have a panel on. I need to actually have a panel specifically dealing with Douglas. And KDOT, why specifically are we pissed off at Sergeant Douglas? How all this started by how, KDOT?
Jesus. With you, actually.
Yeah.
I didn't like the way he was talking to you, and you were very patient. And I'm, even though MLH is my older brother from another,
Right.
I'm very protective for the people I love, and so he was just being inappropriate and just unnecessary. And so I had to, and I don't even really think I was really assertive, but not. I wouldn't.
No,
I didn't
you weren't.
cuss him out or anything like
Not
that.
not then. Not
Not
then.
then, but I just let him know, like, hey, you that's not okay. You gotta.
I think you. Why do you have to be such an asshole? I think is
like,
what you
I'm
said.
like, why do you have to be like? Why are you acting like that? No way to treat a citizen.
Right, right.
Like,
So it's been pretty ridiculous every step of the way here, and I was explaining KDOT how we got one set of reports with evaluations for Douglas that were unredacted for the most part. They appropriately redacted like social security numbers, personal information like addresses and signatures,
Yep.
which is the only thing in the statute it says that needs to be redacted.
Yep.
So when we get the second set for Sergeant Cook, who was an asshole to me and you,
Yep.
when I got him on the phone,
Yep.
and that you can also see on the channel. Let's
he
go to
was
my
being
car.
very passive. That's why he was so calm.
Yeah,
We
I
know-
mean,
we know what that is. We know
It-
that
it's just-
passive aggressive bullshit.
yeah, passive aggressive nonsense, you know. So let's go in my car so we don't freeze,
Okay.
because it is getting a little chilly, and I didn't bring my jacket with me. But wait till we have the panel and show the inconsistencies. See you later. Holy shit. Okay, let's turn this around. Whew, let me put this over here.
All right.
Okay.
Hey guys.
What's up, everybody? Sorry I haven't checked out chat. I appreciate you all for being here. Let me put on some heat. Holy shit. It's cold. Whew. Didn't it drop like 10 degrees in the past hour? Holy shit,
yeah,
man.
like, it's 27
Okay.
degrees.
Yeah, it's 27 degrees here now, y'all, and I'm fucking freezing, and I never freeze. I'm usually out in shorts. I was out in shorts yesterday. 70-degree
Yeah,
weather,
yeah.
really nice, you know. Okay, so let's break down everything that went on here today and the reason that we're here. Okay, another citizen asked KDOT to come and put Sergeant Douglas in check because the situation, I don't want to get too into the details, but she wanted to know if certain people had warrants, if she had a warrant or whatever, and he wanted to get her ID. So she was willing to give her first and last name just to, because they don't have a database like they do in Denver where you can click on it, put your name, the first and last name and your date of birth, and then it'll tell you if you have a warrant or not. Other than pocket warrants. It won't tell you if you have a pocket warrant. But for the most part, it's a useful tool. Aurora doesn't have that. So what Aurora does is make you beg, practically, to go down to the headquarters so they can nab you right then and there and put you behind bars. That's what they want to do, right? So she was trying to find out for someone else, and they wouldn't give it to her. Douglas was being an asshole again, because that's his MO. He's the biggest asshole in headquarters.
Right.
And we did talk to the chief about it, what an asshole he was, didn't
Yes, we did. I think, yep, sure did. And not only that, and we talked to Jeff too on that.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
So she was basically trying to see something. They required an ID, and she didn't have to by law. So she even presented the ID
Yeah, she
at the window.
he wanted to grab the ID from her.
Right.
So he wanted to possess the ID, and she wasn't willing to do that. But she put it up against the window. You know, hey, here's my ID. You know, totally unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so total BS.
And then
right?
so he was a dick and was just like, oh, well, you're not gonna do it, then I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
help
if you're not going to give me your ID, I'm not going to help you.
So me personally, if I was there with her, I would have been like, okay, so you're refusing me service then, right?
Right.
You're
And-
refusing me service?
This guy has a history of doing this. He did it with me. He does it with KDOT. He
Even
does
did
it with
DMA.
He does it with anybody. Anybody that goes into that headquarters has problems with Sergeant Douglas. And you know what? That's what prompted me to put in for his personnel files. And you know what's really funny about it is I put it in as a Cora request. They call it Cora here. It's actually FOIA. You guys know it as FOIA, right? It's Cora here. So we put in a Cora request and we got it back, right? I think it was within 7 days, I got back all that information.
Sure.
It was quick, right? And it didn't take them no fucking 3 hours to look at it and redact the fucking. What did they redact? They redacted the social security number, the signature, and there was one other thing that was redacted, and I don't know what it was, but it had to have been personal,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So other than that, we got unredacted files for Sergeant Douglas.
Yeah.
And by the way, Douglas Haroon.
Colorado's Open Records Act.
Yeah, Colorado Open. Thank you, Noel. It's called Cora.
Yeah.
Same thing as FOIA here. They do it a little bit differently. But I think I'm the reason why now they're hiding behind CCJRA. Because every time I've asked for CCJRA requests here in Aurora, from that point forward, you got to, or Cora request, you got to do that through CCJRA. If you want their files, you got to go CCJRA. And the reason they do that is because they can charge you. And they will charge you. And also, instead of getting it back within 21 days, which is the Cora, if you look at Cora, the Colorado Open Records Act, it's supposed to be within 21 days. If you do it CCJRA, they get up to 20 weeks maybe, or they infinite. They can keep we're behind. I'm so fucking sick of that fucking bullshit. We're behind, and we're so far behind we can't get to your request. That's an excuse. It's a damn excuse, and I know it because I've proven it. I put in requests here for Cora requests, and I've gotten them back in 7 days. You mean to tell me that they went through those thousand requests that they supposedly have, and then got to mine in that 7 days? It's absolute horseshit. They can pick and choose which one. They knew I was going to cause a stink if they didn't give me that goddamn information.
Yep.
That's why. And that's why I don't have a problem with KDOT being boisterous and loud with these people, because sometimes that's what it takes. And if you listen to the lady that was in there, the blonde, she's always nice and always cordial, it gets to the point. She understood that if you treat us that way, you're gonna get it.
Because she's seen her sergeant get his ass handed to him.
And we have every right to be upset. This is redress of government.
Yeah.
Redress of government doesn't mean you have to play tiddlywinks with these people and be super nice and shake their hands. That shit doesn't fucking work most of the time. Trust me, I know. I'm the nice guy. If KDOT and I were in a cop series, I'd be the good cop and he'd be the bad cop. Right?
Right. No, I wouldn't use any assault or anything like that.
No, but I'm just saying, like, if we were in a movie,
you're right, and that's why we equally balance each other out.
But I tell you what, there are times when I get fired up. Like the time, I don't know if you guys have seen that video when dude tried to step up to KDOT, and I wasn't having any of that. I was at my house, clear across town, and I made it there quick.
Yeah.
And I was like, you ain't fucking treating a citizen like that. Most of all, KDOT, my friend, you're not going to treat him like that. All right, let's see. We're understaffed. I know, Noel. What's up? I am happy.
Yes, sir. I'm on my way. Okay.
I'm just reading comments now. You got to take off, KDOT?
2:50, I think.
Okay, so we still got a few minutes.
Yeah.
27 inches of snow in Casper, Wyoming. Wow. That's fat. Oh, I'm fat and I still get cold, UB. I'm old, Harrison. I'm much older than this young buck next to me, I can tell you that much. If they gave it couldn't you turn in for cash, like, maliciously? Okay, Kelly, let me okay. That's why CCJRA specifically says that if you get any records from them, you can't use them for personal gain. Right. And trust me, I'm not using them for personal gain. See, people think that the term frauditor has been thrown around a lot. All right? There are certain people that are frauditors. I'm not going to mention names because I don't want any smoke. That's for KDOT's channel. But there are certain people that actually want to make fucking change. Actually make change and actually do make change. That's KDOT myself. I can't speak for anybody else in Denver or the United States. But I know for a fact that KDOT and I are actually righteous in what we're doing, and we have methods to this madness, right? It seems like sometimes that we're getting involved with these cops, and they get all, You guys don't see the good interactions that we have with the cops because, first of all, there's not a lot of them. But second of all, when we do, we enjoy it. We actually put in commendations. KDOT's always putting commendations in. It's not always the complaints. But these things need to be addressed because there's way more things to complain about than there are to commend about this particular police force. And Denver's the same way. Aurora probably is either the first or second worst police force in the entire United States. I know you got Mesa, Arizona, which is absolutely horrid. Direct D deals with them all the time, knows exactly what he's doing with those pieces of shit down there. We know what we're doing with the pieces of shit here, and we do a lot of shit behind the scenes that you guys don't even know about. Kata, anything you want to add to this whole thing before we wrap things up?
You know, you have to understand that, like you said, just touch on the frauditor thing. First of all, you got to separate the word fraud and then auditor. Okay, fraud is a criminal term. Mm-hmm. To be very, very clear. I hate the term. I can't stand it. It's just those fucking people don't even know what a frauditor is. They couldn't tell you a damn definition because it's not even a fucking word. So are there auditors or cop watchers out there that give this industry or this movement a bad name? Absolutely. PayPal Patty, extra not good citizen. I don't even know if he even audits anymore.
Which one?
Extra. It's either extra good citizen or
extra, that I know.
Because I know he did auditing with PayPal Patty, harassing homeless people and all that type stuff. And I can record you because I can. Like, leave them alone. They don't want to. Leave them alone. Leave them the fuck alone. They're not the issue. We are not against the people. We are for the people. So that's why some people so I don't even respond to some people who don't like what I do or anything like that. But I want to be very clear. I've given multiple opportunities of grievances to air out your grievances, and nobody has the balls to come face me and tell me their grievances about how I audit. So don't give a shit. I've given you plenty of times. So keep it in the comments, and you're just gonna have to deal with it yourself. I don't know. Speak to a counselor.
Good. Look in the mirror. There'll be a good conversationalist in the mirror, right. Or maybe not, depending on your personality.
Sergeant Douglas, you need to change your attitude. Simple as that. Or we will help you change it. Simple as that. Or we will remove you. You won't have a job.
It's getting to that point, guys. I'm getting sick of this goddamn piece of shit Douglas, man. Every turn that he gets to be an asshole, he becomes an asshole under the guise of, he's such a nice guy. Mm-hmm. Such a nice guy. Such a nice guy that he can't even make sure a citizen doesn't have an arrest warrant against them. Talks down to people in a very passive-aggressive manner, by the way. You mentioned passive-aggressive, and cops are taught that. Mm-hmm. When they're interrogating people, there's something called the read technique. And the read technique is interesting, guys. It basically gives you two choices, right? And both of the choice. That's why you never talk to cops. Never, ever, 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 ever talk unless you have a lawyer present. Don't talk to them. What is the point? It can only harm you. That's it.
Yeah.
They say, well, you got to talk to him sometimes. No, you don't.
Not at all. No, you don't.
No, it can only hurt you. Can only hurt you. Yeah. Just look up the read technique, guys. It's strange because it'll give you the guys that the cops are such good people, and all this, they're being nice and all this, and they'll ask you, they'll give you two different questions, right? And either question is basically the same result. You're going to end up in handcuffs. So what's up, Little Rich? Nice to have you in here.
What's up?
Truth be told, what's up, Jen Wow?
Matthew King.
Matthew, what's up? Hey, you guys, I want to thank you guys so much for your support. Any final thoughts, K-Dot, before we get the hell out of here?
Well, thanks to the person who gave the $5. Appreciate it.
That's UB.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Because anything helps. Because when we get these court requests and CCJRS, CCJRA.
Sasquatch says, "Oh, it's
request for
YouTube."
it costs money.
It does cost money. It costs $33 an hour to be exact,
Yeah.
and it only should cost 30 according to the CRS.
And so we have complaint forms. I'm gonna give the other one to the other citizen. And we're going to be complaining against Sergeant Douglas. So now it's gonna be on his file. So when I pull his, personal
Graham,
file,
welcome.
this shit better be in here. Because if it's not, then it's gonna be a fucking problem.
Well, the file, the one that we put in for him wasn't in his file. When I asked for his personnel file, there were no complaint forms.
Because you did a complaint on him. Right?
I did a complaint, and so
That's
did
right.
you, I think.
I did. That's right.
Yeah.
It's not
There
in
was
there?
no complaint forms in there. Nope.
Hmm.
No complaint forms.
So we guess we have to have another discussion with the chief because he's not aware of people not storing things properly. Because that's very easily scan it into the system, create a file with his name on it.
Oh, and
there you go.
redact any emails. You can redact my email if you want. I don't
Mhm.
care. You know.
Yeah.
You're gonna charge me $33 an hour. You might as well make yourself fucking useful. By the way, they didn't redact. Well, I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say. I almost spoiled something that's pretty big.
So-
But they're weird on redactions. Let's just put it that way.
They
They
are.
redact when they want to, and when they don't redact.
Yep.
So depends on your stature in the police department.
Exactly.
Let's just put it that way.
Exactly. But that's all I've got, guys. Unfortunately, I got to go to work again. So
Jesus.
just got off.
This guy works so much, man. All right. As far as this week goes, I really don't know what the schedule is. K-Dot and I are always doing something, so we'll probably be.
Well, I don't have to be at work until 2, so we can come back up here tomorrow.
We may be back here tomorrow,
with
guys.
November this time.
Yeah.
And we can go ahead and do
File
it
the
that way
complaint.
and get that done because he's gonna have to explain to me why he wasn't able to help her. So
Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow then, guys. So be looking forward to that. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Make sure to be kind to others, be kind to your family, but most importantly, be kind to yourself. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Later, everybody. Have a great day.
Appreciate
Stay
you guys.
safe out there. Hey, Mr. Wilson. Sorry, bro. We got to leave. We got to go, man. This man got to go to work.
next time.
Yeah,
Next
maybe
time.
next time. You know what? I might see a movie tonight. I haven't been to the movies in a bit, so
Oh wow, nice.
I don't know.
What movie are you gonna go see?
Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, I
Looks
thought you already
fun,
seen
man.
it.
No, I wanted
Okay.
to. We
Oh,
just haven't
okay.
had time. All right, guys. Take care. Have a great day. Stay safe.